You're tuned into the new Old Heads podcast, premiered every Thursday at noon at bringingdowntheband.com and brought to you by No Bad Ideas, Coleman Dental, Printfinity, and Indie CD and Vinyl. Support the new Old Heads by visiting our Patreon at patreon.com/newoldheads.
Episode 144 of the new Old Heads podcast. I am Maja 7th. I make incredible beats. Come out the trees. You'll be able to see that August 24th, Indianapolis. Lonegevity, how are you, sir?
All right, Mike. How are you doing?
Good. Good to see you as always, my friend.
You too.
Sitting at the head of the table, Kansas City Mac, my man Jay Moore. How are you, sir?
Doing all right, man. Another day, another dollar, literally.
Okay. Getting that paper, huh?
I'm doing a little something.
Okay. I see you out here. Across the table, as always, fresh to death, DJ Jay Diff. What's good? Uh-oh. Did I hear you?
No, you did not.
You good? Make sure we hear you now. I need that.
Salutation.
There
I
is.
am.
There we go.
Hey,
Appreciate
I
you,
missed
brother.
the mic check.
It's all good. We got you now.
I'm here.
It's focus.
How's everything?
Focus.
I'm great.
Are those focus hands?
It could be.
Okay.
No, I need spirit fingers.
No, please don't do that.
To my immediate
Fucking focus. God damn it. We got a show to do.
I like that. To my immediate left, the incomparable DJ Spoolz.
Hello, Michael.
How are you, sir?
Man, good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man.
That didn't sound promising, sir.
It's all right though. I think I know where his heart is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's list day, Spoolz. We're gonna talk about that the great Schoolie D today, man. It's gonna be a great episode.
Man, I can't wait.
Yes, sir. Red August is in
Amongst
the building.
many others.
Red August is in the building as well. He's waving. You can't see him doing what he does best, which is enhancing the product. So we appreciate you as always, brother. All right. So
That's cool.
let's see. Jay Diff, you were telling me, this is hilarious to me, but you said Jermaine Dupri said something about the strippers to just have their own, the stripper, quote unquote, rappers to have their own genre and call it strap.
Yeah.
Is that what he said?
He doubled back on the I think we talking about it last week or the week before.
Yeah, about his comments about the female MCs or whatever.
He decided he was gonna own what he said and double down on it.
Yeah.
And just come out with call it
He
strap.
wants to create. We wants them to create a sub genre called strap, stripper rap.
I don't know, man.
Hot girl summer.
I don't know about that one, man. I think I'm cool on that one. Jay Moore, what you think about strap?
You know,
As the man who executively put Trina into
Yes. Thank you, Bradley
the
Spoolz.
top 100 discussion.
Yes, he's the perfect person to answer this question.
once again, it's really a situation where Jermaine. It's kind of like with Donald Trump and his tweeting. He would probably raise his profile amongst many people if he just didn't tweet at all. And honestly, Jermaine Dupri should have just, the way news cycle and how quickly things move, if he'd have just said nothing at all, this probably would have went away.
I'm with that.
For him to continually engage in the conversation is not helping him. For him to say, oh, yeah, we're going to call, like I said, he should have stuck with what he said a couple of years ago, stripper fight rap. Honestly, I think that is
Stripper fight rap.
I think
make
that's
it even
fine.
better.
But once again, trends move quickly. This whole hot girl summer movement, you never know, it might turn into a respect yourself spring, and
It's
all
about
these
to cool down.
Respect yourself, spring.
and all
Man,
these
I
girls
hope it does.
might find themselves on the outside looking in. Things move very, very quickly.
Respect yourself, Spring.
Like I said,
is that for hoodies or
I don't know.
dad hats? That's
it just
Printfinity,
like you
Mac.
never
That's
know.
for mom jeans. Mom jeans.
Somebody of Lauryn Hill's ilk will come out and you never know and become very large and very, very influential, and it'll make the hot girl summer rappers seem very passe, the strap rappers, if you will, which has that sounds terrible, actually.
Lone, tell me about strap.
Out here strapping.
Yeah.
Get the strap.
Tell me about strap, man.
I don't know.
That sounds pretty
Strap
stupid.
could actually go both ways.
Yeah.
Okay.
It could be the stripper rappers.
The funny thing is
or
I
it could
could-
be the women, the Manny Fresh looking girls.
What did you wait?
What?
Hold on. Wait a minute, man.
That
Hold
makes
on, wait,
get
wait,
the
wait,
strap
wait, wait. Hold
turn
on.
into something completely different.
Exactly.
And
We
I
not
don't
go-
think we should go down that road.
No, we not. But hold on. We not
Saying,
gonna,
hold on.
we not gonna disrespect
Unbelievable.
Hey, I'm
the
not
great Manny
disrespecting.
Fresh.
I'm
okay,
not.
I'm
That's
just saying.
incredible.
He's
There
an
was
amazing
this,
producer.
there was this
Just
girl
was
who
said.
played
Don't
for
disrespect
the LA
her.
Sparks. She
Don't
did
do
look
that.
like Manny Fresh.
We not gonna do that, man.
Remember the song? There was a song on Chronic 2000 or whatever, 2001, where dude just starts off by singing, "You look like AC Green."
Just don't call me
yes, that
anymore.
song.
Oh, he said feet like AC Greens.
Oh, I thought he said you look like
He
AC
said
Green.
with
Either
no, he
way,
said with feet
not
like
a
Ben
not a
Vereen.
compliment.
Yeah.
That's what
Ben
he said.
Vereen.
Yeah, with feet like Ben Vereens.
I'm cool on Ben
Incredible.
Vereen feet.
Tap dancing.
Yeah, I'm cool on that. Hey, don't disrespect Manny Fresh, man. We
I'm
ain't here
not.
for that, man. We not here
No,
for that.
he's talking about the ladies that look like Manny Fresh.
You know, I mean, it's a phase. They had a short haircut, then they'll grow dreads,
They smile a lot.
and they'll cut it back off or something. That can be strap rap.
All right, man.
This took a turn.
Yeah.
It did something.
Unbelievable.
Hey, just embrace it. Shit.
Spoolz, you got anything to say to wrap up?
No,
Strap
I
talk.
think anybody who's done whatever they've done in their life
Yeah.
should be able to rap if they want to, and if they're good at it, become popular.
Strap.
I ain't mad at that.
It's
I mean,
still
there's-
rap and it's still hip hop.
That's a
There's,
fact.
there's a thing called trap rap. So
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Strap,
I
strap
know a
rap.
lot of people, or know of certainly, and whatever, but that some drug dealing, you know what I mean, or whatever, and rapped about it. That's been going on forever. So
yeah,
some strippers,
Pretty long time.
people who stripped wanted to rap. A few, like a handful that are popular. Okay,
strapping.
who gives a shit? Good for them.
I don't actually hate it. It's actually kind of funny.
It's cool.
We could,
You know what I think so interesting?
we could have male strappers out there.
See?
Nah.
amongst women. What's happened? Maybe amongst
We do.
everybody.
Game.
He was a stripper at one point.
Wow. Did you? I see what you did there. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say the thing sometimes I find interesting. And I don't know where I stand on it. Is the divide among women of that's empowering versus that's demeaning to yourself. That's empowering for us versus that's demeaning to yourself.
I think it
I
just
need to-
depends on the person.
Mm-hmm.
And I
In the energy.
yeah, and I think it's whether
That's good, yeah.
if you decided to do this on your own volition, as opposed to perhaps if a man said, "Hey, you know what would really work and help your career if you wore a bikini on stage and
I'm
twerk
not
while
talking
you,"
about on stage, but
or
yeah.
yeah,
I'm not talking about like the performers.
I know what you're
Just
talking
like,
about.
okay,
I think from my point of view, like someone like a Cardi B. Cardi B has a great personality,
Agreed.
which
I completely agree,
invites
by the way.
people in
Mm-hmm.
to want to like her.
I agree.
It's like it's kind of hard not to like Cardi B.
Way more so than Nicki Minaj, I would say. Not to have anything to do with that beef. She just seems like she'd be a lot cooler to hang out with.
It's like her personality type, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nikki seems a little bit more reserved. Cardi seems like I don't care.
Like even when she gets awards and like you can tell it's not an act.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's like officially her,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool. So I see what you're saying on that.
Just always was. I was just saying. I just thought that was.
Need some out strapping
Somewhat interesting.
stickers.
No, I've got no problem with strippers, current or former, rapping for
Well,
that matter.
MCA
If they're
had
good
an
at it,
album.
that's awesome.
Called We Come Strapped.
Whoa.
All right. So let's go ahead and jump into this next topic.
I'm just saying.
Did you guys hear random quick?
Go
Did,
ahead.
did you guys hear the Spice One Too Short *𝐴𝐶𝐶 song?
No.
Yeah, it just came out last week.
What?
No.
Really?
Yes.
I'm asleep.
You
I
said
love
Spice
that.
One Too Short.
And
Pimp
*Pimp
C.
C.
Pimp C. Wow.
Yeah, it's
would
on
like to
the
hear
it's on
that.
our YouTube channel. So
Yo, that's
Nice.
what's up.
yeah,
I need to hear that.
yeah, it's pretty good.
For sure.
Legends on that thing. For sure.
Spice One not mentioned on our list. Man.
Probably should have been.
Yeah,
Definitely, yeah.
For sure.
There's a few that we
I
missed.
thought we
but-
mentioned them.
I would
Did
think
he
that
get
we
voted
might-
out?
I think Brad may have brought him up in when we were. It was like after we had already selected everybody last
Oh,
week. I
okay.
think we were like, well, he should have probably been on there.
Yeah.
He was one
Yeah,
of
I thought we mentioned
well.
the East Bay Gangster.
Definitely Food with Spice 1. Selly Cell 2. That's my child.
Sully Sully would have voted a no on. Spice won a yes, but anyway.
I'm going with SIBO.
I
but
would
that's
have
neither
voted,
here nor
a
there.
yes for SIBO.
SIBO. All right. Shout out to Lil Nas X. Young man is not going anywhere. He just broke a record for the Billboard Hot 100. His joint with Billy Ray Cyrus, obviously we know Old Town Road, claims one of the most prized records in the Billboard Hot 100 60-year history as it spins an unprecedented 17th week at number 1. So it took Mariah Carey and Boyz II Men's One Sweet Day, 95, 96, jumped over that one. That's huge, man. This kid is what, 20? Is he 20, 21?
21, something like that.
I mean, you can say what you want about the record, say what you want about, how he came out, his preference or whatever, but numbers speak. Like, he's doing something right. Because for that record to stand that long, if it's a one-hit wonder or not, time will tell, but that's an incredible record if you sit back and look at it for that kid to have that. To me, that's dope.
Rage Against
Super
the
dope.
Machine. I mean, they pretty much created that space for him. We kind of talked about that at
Right.
one point in time with them creating the whole remove it, and it put more eyes on it
Yeah.
and ears. You know what I'm saying? So, shouts out to Lil Nas X.
Yeah, man, that's big.
Enjoy your run, man.
Yes, sir. I hope
He actually followed it up with a decent single, though. He has another single on the radio as well right now.
from the EP, right?
It's called Youngtown Road.
No, not that one.
No? Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how well I don't know how well his EP is doing though. I never really pay attention to the numbers, so
I mean, he's gonna get residuals off this track for the rest of his life. So.
that's a fact. That is a fact. So
Yeah, man.
shout
Good
out
for
to that
him.
young man. Good for him. Let's talk about a little music. Shout out to Memphis and them. Let's see. E40. Practice makes paper. 26 joints. Lone loves that.
Off top.
Off top. I listened to
That's the first thing that I looked for when I saw he dropped. I was like, let's see the track
I'm
listing.
gonna see how many. Just count. I just want to count it.
That's actually kind of on the light end for
Yeah, really.
E40
Yeah.
release.
Especially of late.
I mean,
Just a single.
I've been through probably 3/4 of it, and
This is his maxi single. He's actually, the full album's coming out
Yeah.
later this year.
don't do that, man. And it goes though. Like I like it. From what I heard so far, I'm in.
And
You know,
it's got
40
some joints on there.
Yeah, 40 finds a way to, just stay in his pocket, stay in his lane as an OG.
He must just stay in the studio.
He has to.
Like-
he was on the Breakfast Club. He talked about how even when he travels, like he and his wife, like he'll try to move away, keep away from the music and all that. But 2 or 3 days into the vacation, he like, yo, can we just find a studio for a little bit? And he'll go in and do 2-3 joints and get up out of there. So
Yeah.
to be able to put that type of quantity out, you gotta be in the studio. Like that's crazy to me that 40 is still out here dropping 26 joint
And he's
projects.
got, and he's got, they're songs.
Yeah.
It's not just like going
like
in
with
there
features,
and just,
like full
he's-
features and everything.
he's not going in there and just like scatting a bunch of words.
No.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Definitely a legend, man. Like from what I heard, I rock with it. I don't know. I know you said you listened to it.
I haven't had a
Yeah, I
chance yet.
did.
Yeah. What were your thoughts? I rock with it.
I actually thought it was pretty decent, man. I'm trying to pull up the actual track list because there's some cool features on there.
Yeah. With him being an OG, like it's dope to see, a lot of the younger artists be like, yo, we're coming to rock with 40. Like it's a
Yeah.
no-brainer. Like some of those features that he has, these aren't like older cats. Like he's got a lot of the more relevant artists today that are, showing love on the project. So salute to him, man. 40.
You know what I
Still
like
relevant.
right now? I
What's
still
that?
haven't listened to this record yet, and I'm a huge E40 fan and have been a big proponent
How big?
like since this podcast has started. And I hear all you guys talking about how much you like this album. I'm like, all right, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man.
I haven't heard it yet, but I do. He does sing Scarface, Ty Dolla $ign, G-Eazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got some dope features. Man.
Boosie Badass,
Shout out to Boosie.
Boosie.
Red Cafe. Yeah, it's got a
Roddy
lot
Rich is on there.
Look at that Redman, Meth, and
Yeah.
was that Bosco?
Mm-hmm.
Casey.
He ends the album with a Anthony Hamilton and KC featured song.
Come on
All
now.
right. Schoolboy
Come on
Q,
now.
ASAP.
Hey,
Man,
Heard
he's got
Stevie
lots.
Nicks is on there.
Stevie
I
Nicks.
just made that up.
I was
Yeah.
about to say, I don't see that one.
Was this a Chance album?
Don't do that. Mac, did you listen to this? You ain't listened to 40 yet?
No, I listened to probably the first half of it, you know,
Okay.
because I try to, when things come out on Friday, I try to give everything. Because I get so tired of hearing the same things in the club. I try to make suggestions for songs that can be broken in the club.
Yeah.
And the thing is, E40's got a couple of joints that I feel like could really work.
gonna
Like,
go,
I mean,
yeah.
like for this particular project, like because he always is very loyal to his fan base, the people who
Yeah.
are E40 fans.
That's
so,
a fact.
and I think that's great. But I think he balances it here with, okay, I have these records for people who are fans of my Bay Area sound and just the overall aesthetic of E40.
It's that
Yeah.
mob music, man.
But
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there's some things on here I'm like, well, these could make a little headway.
That
in
one
the club
question
right
with
now.
Jeremiah, Rick Ross, and Chris Brown
That's
is
the-
definitely
yeah.
going
That's
in
the
the club.
yeah. That's the one that's that one is called.
Yeah, that's the one I'm definitely
Yeah.
going to put on the list for this week. So, I mean, it's just cool that it just shows that if you have an ear and you're in a pen, that you're not just so dedicated to being stuck in one era.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing about sometimes people who are in hip hop, they almost have a thing where it's like being a running back in the NFL, to
Right.
where like, you know, they are red hot for maybe 3 or 4 seasons, and then all of a sudden, you know, a little tread starts to come off the tire. But somebody like E40, I would almost compare to like a pitcher in MLB. Somebody who's able, you know, like like a Nolan Ryan, you know, who
That's
is
a
able
throwback,
to,
man.
You might even be like a Brett Hull in hockey. And
you know, people who've been able to play over decades and still be effective and still be respected. So,
Since the 80s, man.
you know, you have to really look at somebody like E40 and their longevity and their consistency. You just got to take your hat off to somebody like that, man.
He got a
Like,
song called "Goat" on the album that I love because he really spits nothing but pure facts as to why he should be considered as one of the greatest rappers. I know we started our list day, but the stuff that he says when he talk about the slang and him being independent, he started the independent grind, you know, and help, you know, make that popular. Like I'm like, dang, 40 really spitting a lot of
and
facts on
he's
this
one of
joint.
those guys who could have easily retired from hip hop because he has so many other things going
Facts.
on. You know, there are guys right now, they have to get in that studio and try to get out on tour. Like, you know, 40's got vineyards, you know, and he's got his own
Fact.
wine. Earl
Yeah, he's,
Stevens, you know, and he sells
Tequila, too.
cases, you know.
Tequila too.
So, I mean, it's just like he's the story, and he's been trying to give rappers the game for so long. It's like, don't buy an $80,000 car before you buy a house. I mean, that line has always stuck out to me.
Yeah, man. No, he's got jewels and gems and all of this shit. I can't wait to listen to this record.
Check
Yeah.
his Breakfast Club interview out too. Speaking of gems, like he dropped jewels, nothing but jewels on that one.
Did his dictionary ever come out?
I don't know, but I'd love to read it if it did come out. I'd love to hear the title as
Yeah, I
well.
remember that was the thing he was going to do. I don't think that ever hit. That never really hit the streets.
Yeah, that was like during the time
Yeah.
when P&M was on a run, and E40 was like, "Well, shit, I can put out a dictionary,
I bet
the slang dictionary."
I
or
bet the
something
word
like that.
soil
Yeah, he
probably
say
shows
soil.
up
Yeah,
in the title.
Bosco,
he had the slang. He had the slang on the Breakfast Club.
about-
Like he,
Like Costco?
no Bosco.
We fuck with Bosco.
Yeah,
I remember one of the hardest things I ever had to do was transcribe an interview that E40 did with shout to DJ Rec One when he was still here working on Hot 96.3. He sat out and recorded an interview with him, but they also wanted to have it for print. And so I'm sitting there trying to actually, you know, some of E40's particular slang words where I'm like, okay, how do I spell writ? And make this not seem like, and have people understand this is E40 and it's not me spelling these things incorrectly. It gave my spell check
Yeah.
a fit. But it was fun, and E40, good dude.
Ignore.
Yeah, exactly. Don't put a red line under that.
ignore.
I meant to spell that like that.
shout out to 40 Water, man. YB and Cordae dropped his Lost Boy album. I'm super impressed with this young man.
Yeah, it was really good.
really.
You you called it. Come on, man. You called it. You know, I could raise
I
my
ain't saying
hand and
nothing.
apologize. You know
I
what I'm
ain't
talking about? He's one of the kids to me that gets it. when I say gets it, y'all know what I mean. Like, he's dope.
What does he get?
First of all, he has structure to his records. He's talking about his life. He's talking about everything on this album. I like how it was sequenced, like the skits. It's dope. Like, he can rap on top of that. That's what I was more impressed with.
It has a lot to do with his influences too. He talked about
I got his top 5
what
right
he
here.
listened to from his parents, pretty much,
Yeah.
like Jay-Z.
Big L.
Yeah.
He said Jay, Big, Pac, Nas, and Big L are his top 5. To me, that tells me everything I need to know about him.
Yeah, you understand what
Yeah.
type of artist. For sure.
Yeah, you could tell what
For what era?
what
at
cloth
least.
he listened, where he come from, based off what he listened.
He's
to.
a lot different than his YBN counterparts, though.
Facts.
Because what's the one that's on Rap a Lot?
I can't call the kids.
The one that got, I think they had jumped him, took his
I
necklace or
don't even
something.
know.
I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I know who you talking about.
Almighty J.
Almighty J.
Okay,
In the Mirror. It might have been the Mirror. Almighty.
they got jumped. I can't
in the
remember. I ain't
Mirror,
gonna lie.
YB in the Mirror or something like that. But he sounds a lot different than those two.
Yeah,
He's good.
Yeah,
It's
he's
a real good project. I liked everything on the project. So
yeah. Good production, man. Good songwriting,
Mm-hmm.
sequencing. Nice variation of topics. but
Cohesive.
Very cohesive. And for this to be his first project, to be that, he's 21, probably 20, maybe 21. That's a good sign. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm curious to see, where he goes and to watch him grow as an artist, because he's got some potential. Like,
Well,
I'm
what
a
I like
fan.
about him, and I can kind of compare him to like a Joey Badass.
that's
in
what
a
I was
sense.
thinking too.
And the reason why I would kind of give him the edge is because he's not so tapped into,
New York, vintage New York.
yeah, like
that sound.
That sound is it's like a newer sound at the same time. Like even like the song with him and Anderson .Paak,
Yeah.
That song is cold. They
It's-
go back and forth.
right, where they go back and forth.
Yeah, that record's cold.
He's making
It's just fun.
yes.
Yeah.
It's fun. Joey's music's always been a little bit more serious.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I mean, he does have some serious
for sure. But
raps on there, but
and Joey has fun songs too. It's
Yeah.
just
But here's the vibe, to Lone's point, how lighthearted the majority
That's a
of those
good word.
records are.
Yeah.
I like that because, everything's not dark, but he does, go down that path a little bit. So shout out to Pops. Pops was on there, you know what I'm saying, as skit. Or was that Chance?
no, that
was
was on
Chance.
Chance.
That's Chance, I'm sorry. What?
No,
you wanna
YBN
talk about
actually
that?
is his grandmother, I believe. That's all.
That's what it was. Okay.
so. What was
He
Chance's?
did have Chance on his album too.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He killed that, by
He
the way.
did. It was weird when it came on because I hadn't looked at the track listing when I started listening to it. And when I first heard it, I'm like, man, this sounds like a
Scarface.
Chance song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the sound
Oh,
of
the
it
sound, yeah.
just sounded like a Chance song. And then in comes Chance. I was like,
Chance
okay.
got busy on that joint, too.
He did.
Yeah, I was a fan of that record when it came out.
Chance
So-
is somebody I like on features a lot. He's
Yeah.
he sounds really good on features a lot of times.
Yeah.
Historically actually kind of like his features more than his actual own stuff sometimes.
I know we're getting close to the half. Do you
Let's talk about Chance.
you want to talk about Chance? Okay, so
What'd you guys think?
let's
It's a
see.
fun album.
Very fun.
It's Chance. He has the
What's it called?
kind of.
The Big Day.
It was originally supposed to be called Album, right?
I'm
not
not sure. Don't quote me on
It
it.
is his first album, so
It's first.
It was like
studio
album,
release.
but it
yeah.
was like spelled weird.
yeah.
Yeah, but it has those gospel connotations on it. It actually featured your guy, the Jesus Christ.
Oh,
doesn't
Oh, Serving Mike.
Yeah, Servant Mike is
Word
sampled
up.
on a song.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. But no, it's a cool album, man. It's Chance shit. He
It's
has In
Chance.
Vogue on the track.
Yeah,
Come on now.
He's got Randy Newman on a track. Randy fucking Newman.
The features
Chance
are
does.
Yes.
Man, I've been super out of the loop this last week, so I need to catch up. If I haven't,
Yeah.
haven't listened to 40, I definitely haven't listened to any of this. But
Yeah.
sounds like
He's got
to hear
weird.
this.
He's got some crazy features
it's
on
awesome.
there.
Yeah, and I thought it was interesting that he didn't list them. Like, you have to go read.
Well,
like,
they're on
Wikipedia or
Spotify.
something. Are they on Spotify?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's to me, it's it might be my favorite Chance project. Acid Rap still's up there pretty far, just because he was so raw when he was doing that. Smino's on it too. Yeah.
I mean, it's.
But I can't say I'm a huge I don't know if I'm probably gonna listen to it again. You know, maybe a couple records, but it was a good solid record for Chance. So
I just think it was a little long.
It was
A little
long.
long-winded.
You know what I'm saying? A little long-winded.
he's up there with 40.
But he's man, he's super creative in terms of the approach, and I heard some Chicago house. You know what I'm saying? I could hear those elements in there as well.
If you like Chance, you're gonna like this.
But he can rap his ass off though when he get into his bag, like get into his pocket. Like there's so many joints on that album I listened to at the end where he just blacking out at the end, like rapping. You know what I'm saying? The production I thought was dope. It's a happy vibe too. Like you can tell fam is, he's secure where he is in his life in terms of his relationship and, family and all that. So the vibe across the board is just positive. Like I'm not mad at that. Like there's a bunch of good records on there, feel good records from what I heard.
He said the whole album has been inspired by the day that I got married and how I was dancing that day.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That sounds like something you'd say. And draw some inspiration from that. I'm not mad at it, man. Like I honestly would revisit it. I would listen to it and continue to, find a couple more joints or, I might not like all of them, but I would listen to it again.
It's got its pop elements, and
he definitely gone.
and I don't really like to listen. I mean, it's not my thing.
No, I'm not mad at that.
Depending on the style of it, but
depends on how they
not
push
bad.
it. If they push this record, I think it'll be well received based on, if they want to get out there and actually get busy. I think it'll be received pretty well. Did you listen to it, Jay Moore?
I still haven't. I'll be honest. I'm just not the biggest Chance fans, but
I can dig it.
Like I think, like Lon said, I've heard him on other people's records and I like him. But
Yeah.
Even with what was this big song? You Don't Want No Problems. I was like, I like 2 Chainz verse better than Chance's verse. Like I understand why people are into him, but at the same time, maybe this album will change my mind. Like I heard even Acid Rap and Coloring Book, I was like, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Coloring Book ain't Acid Rap though.
Okay, well there you go.
You guys remember the 10-day?
The 10-day was the
EP?
first one.
Yeah, that
Is
was
that the first one? Yeah. Acid Rap was cold. I remember
Even
listening to
when we were
that.
talking about Ultra Light Beam, like the way he was just, it's almost like it was 2 different artists between You Don't Want No Problem. And like just the inflection in his voice, and it's just I'm trying to figure out who Chance the Rapper is. Is he the guy just who's doing Ultra Light Beam, but then I see him on the Doritos commercials with the Backstreet Boys, and I just like, not today. And that's probably not
He
fair
got
to
bad
him.
press for that too.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
but that's where I'm coming from.
He blacked out on that Action Bronson joint.
He did.
Baby Blue or
Yeah,
Killed it.
That's the first thing I heard from him that I was like, oh, okay, I like this.
He said, I hope it's Friday and you work at a Friday so you get fired on Friday.
Friday. Yeah.
Hey. I'd be
Kinda
curious to hear
clever.
what you think. I would be curious to hear.
Yeah, I'll check it
what
out.
you think about
But
that.
like I said, there was so much stuff that came out. I wanted to get,
Yeah,
I definitely wanted to
a
get
lot.
into that E40 before I got a Chance the Rapper.
I ain't mad at that. You gotta,
But that's me being a new old head. Go figure.
But no, I like it, man. Well, like I said, I'll revisit it and we'll have this conversation. I'd be definitely curious to hear what you think. You as well, Spoolz.
Did anybody revisit Nas and have a change of heart?
No, I didn't.
Nas.
No, I did not.
So
Par for the course, brother.
go ahead and hit that down arrow on the thing.
go ahead.
All you
Sorry,
fanboys,
guys.
all you
We
fanboys out there.
appreciate you all checking out the the Nas review joint. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Nas is
I just gotta
amazing.
keep it real, man.
That's what it is.
You're pretty much basing it off the fact that it's Nas. You know what I'm saying?
And it's not that he doesn't have good records on there.
Yeah.
We said that.
Yeah, there's some
We
heat on
said
there.
there's some,
Yeah, he got some heat
but
on
the
it. Like
mediocre
heat
to
on there.
bad records outweigh the 4 or 5 ones. I
So my
thought
guy
were
that
great.
said that it's fire from top to or whatever.
Front to
Top
back.
to front to back.
No, sir. Come on, man.
Yeah.
And I'm a Nas fan.
I'm
He's the one that
definitely
hate.
a Nas fan, and it is not fire
Yeah.
like that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some other projects, real briefly, that you guys might want to check out is the Supastition. He changed his name to 𝗀𝗲, then he went back to Supastition. It's called Sacrifices. Real good
He's
project.
messing up his Google search engine real bad.
Uh-oh.
Well, he sold out. So he sold out of his physicals. So he's doing something right. It's a
Yeah,
real good
what about
project. 𝗀𝗃𝑒
Nice.
put out a real quick EP. I think it's 4 tracks. Forget what it's called.
I like Cricket. I gotta check that out.
It's called Menace to Sobriety, I think.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
right. Yeah.
That's a dope title.
DJ Muggs and 𝐴𝐻𝐿 put out Medallo. It's what you would think. Muggs is on a run right now.
It's
You know,
grimy.
it's very minimalistic production loops.
Right to the point.
There's like no drums in some of the
yeah.
tracks, even. Yeah.
So I that would be my one critique. Like I feel like people are going a little too extra on
With that,
being extra basic on the production. Like
yeah.
this almost seems like there's no effort. And so
Yeah.
it's a good record though. It is a good record.
That is the one I've listened to. Yeah.
So
BJ the Chicago Kid dropped
yes,
one.
I need to listen to
didn't
that
get a
because he's
chance.
dope. Yeah, he's
38
dope.
Special Big Ghost.
that was
not
last week, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty decent.
definitely.
𝐴𝐿 dropped something. It's a 4-track joint, which was pretty solid too. But yeah, a ton of music dropped on
This
Friday.
can all be found, or most of which can be found on the BDT band channel.
Yep, bringingdowntheband.com. Click on one of the YouTube videos, and it'll take you right there.
I
Boom.
want to start a campaign.
Do
What's
it.
that?
I want to bring back releases on Tuesday. I know we have that on Bringing Down the Band,
Album Tuesdays.
but I want albums to go back to coming out on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
It felt different, man.
Yeah.
I understand like Friday is the last day, like it's party day, but it was something about albums coming out on Tuesday. I don't know
Yeah.
what it was.
have more time to listen to it. Once the weekend hits, people are doing other stuff. You know.
That's a
Yeah.
fact.
You know. So
And you know what? Some of these
Interesting
albums,
study, actually.
you know, there was a time when, you know, when those albums came out on Tuesday, some of them didn't make it to the weekend.
That's
you know,
true.
yeah.
You know, so
That is
Right
very
about
true.
that.
Proving,
Let's shout
proving
out.
ground. Yeah.
Let's shout out the sponsors real quick before we get into the list. Lonegevity just picked up a No Bad Ideas hat. We appreciate them, as always, for partnering up with us, indie CD and vinyl as well, for taking care of us with the wax. As always, Bringing Down the Band is the hub. Printfinity as well. They got some great things coming with some great artists. I can't wait till y'all see that. Who am I missing?
Dr. Coleman.
Dr. Coleman. Shout out to Dr. Coleman. What's the number, Long?
I told you last week we were going
Okay,
to stop doing
never
this.
mind.
I mean, but
Well, shout out to
317-255-8546.
Thank you. Shout out to Dr. Coleman.
I mean, if you live in West Virginia, you want to make a dental appointment, I'm sure it can fit you in. But,
Yeah, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
But you know,
We rock
Check
with
him
Dr.
out.
Coleman. Yeah.
If you,
he's the homie.
He is the homie.
So
if you were in Texas listening to us right now and need a dental appointment in
you're not happy
Indianapolis,
with your
Indiana,
Texas dentist.
Tell
you
him-
need to
tell
hit
him-
him up.
tell him the new old head
Come to
sent you.
Death Row.
Mm-hmm.
Get your teeth clean.
Get your
Call,
teeth
call
clean.
Dr. Coleman and just tell him, hey, I just want to say hi. New old head sent me.
Yeah.
If you want a dentist, not
Could I
all in the
get a,
videos. You know what I'm
Can I
saying?
get a cleaning, please?
Mhm.
Yep.
Boom.
Yep. He got
You don't
you.
want your dentist dancing. You know what I'm talking about? All in the videos.
He is,
All right.
he is a music head, though. You go in the
Word.
office, he's got, albums up, signed on the wall and stuff
He's
like
the
that.
rock and roll doctor.
Rock and roll doc. So, huge
I
supporter
ain't
of
mad at that, man. We
Indianapolis
appreciate
music.
him. Yeah. That's
So.
what's up.
It's awesome.
All right. So,
New drink.
Drum roll, please.
drum roll, please.
You got a sound bite on the board there that goes with
Which one?
what's going on.
I don't actually.
Can you just pick one?
How about that?
All right, that works.
I mean,
That
that's-
works, yeah. It works for me. All right, so we have all turned in our submissions for our top. What are we gonna do? We'll cut it off at 100. I think we got 156.
Who's the goat?
the GOAT?
Who's the
Who
goat
is the-
MC?
GOAT? So
Based on our statistical analysis.
yes,
Exactly. We
Yeah,
went extra math, extra Andrew Yang on you.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
This was fun though, man. This was it's interesting to see when you get a chance to look at it. We talked about it last week, some just the similarities, and then there were some that were a little off. But I would say again, like last week, it's fair. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, based off how we
it's
did
fine.
it. Don't do that.
That's the sound bite we need.
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
I actually
Oh.
have that
Like-
one saved.
It's balance. I guess.
Definitely
It is
balanced.
pretty balanced, pretty well. The one thing I will say is that just for the newer viewers that may have missed some of the previous episodes, the goal is to get the top 100.
Yeah.
So we threw as many names out there as we could to try to fit, have a huge pool for that. So we have 156, I think.
156. Yep. And there's
to
some
break it
that
down to 100.
Some that we miss. It's just hard, man. I told everyone
Yeah.
that has commented and given feedback thus far, we appreciate that.
Yeah, we definitely missed some people.
Yeah,
we may be, and after this is over, we may go back in and maybe add some names, and then
Sure.
just it could be a running list. That'd be kind of cool.
Sure.
But
And if you have any issues with the list, what you can do is start your own podcast, create your own spreadsheet, get yourself some cameras, some recording equipment.
Or just leave some comments.
Or just leave some comments.
Or you could always just leave your unsolicited opinion. No, I'm just kidding. That sounded kind of mean.
Have you guys
enjoy the comments.
Have you ever seen?
I wanted to talk to you on your man, your face.
Ever seen the movie Let's Go to Prison?
I have.
I have not.
Dax Shepard and Will Arnett and all those guys. Yeah, okay. Forget
Yeah, I
them.
see
It's
that
extremely funny. I recommend it.
Yeah.
But, yeah. It's just part of what you just said. There's a warden who's like sees these like new recruits and he's like, if any of you have any feedback about my institution, he's like, please write me a letter. He was like, and then take that letter and stick it up your ass. Like it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
That's cool. But I like the comments on the video.
no, I
Comments are
certainly
dope.
do too. That
Comments are
certainly
great.
wasn't.
I mean,
an
that's the
insult,
point of
but-
us doing this is,
Yeah.
I think all of us have a different opinion and we have our definite favorites. And I think that's what makes this interesting. But it's kind of crazy on certain MCs where we're
Right
all
on.
in pretty much in agreement when we look at the numbers. But then there's just some where you're like, you can tell that we have different preferences on things, but still it kind of evens out and makes sense. That's what makes this so fun.
sure. So we're gonna go. You just gonna go from the bottom up, I guess, maybe, or
Let me make sure I got the
top
Something
finals.
ain't right.
I'd say bottom up.
What is that?
Yeah,
How did
something
it go
happened. It's
down?
not
Yes, is it sorted on
it's
the
not
overall score column?
Did you-
in the
What did you
finals?
do, man?
Oh,
No,
God.
see.
so somebody went in there and changed your numbers.
Red August.
I already had it.
Is there
I already
already
had it
fucking
sorted.
sabotage going on?
Yeah,
Everything now.
the scores are
is-
different.
Yeah, they're not.
Yes.
but-
yeah, you did. Somebody changed scores. Oh man. I already had them sorted by final.
Lowest to highest.
Well, overall score in the finals column, resort it, Lone.
Well, the problem is if, they're fucked now.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, I see that. Yeah.
All right. Well, that kind of fucks the show up, Mike.
Well, hold on. Can we just not resort on the overall rank column
Oh, what
in the
hell
finals?
If you
sheet?
sort it, you. All right. So now it should be back. I just undid it twice. Yes. Now we're good. Good. Yeah.
Oh man.
You know what? Just close your laptop right now.
Really? Oh,
So everybody
man.
out there, if we got any videographers, if y'all want to send in some applications,
So what you got to do is you got to highlight the joints, and then you got to sort by. You got to highlight the whole area. Yeah. Because if you just sort that one category, it just moves. Yeah.
just
we-
a
Sabotage.
just a resume.
Terry was tripping because it had Jay-Z at a 6.6.
hold on, no.
Yeah, just
Just
go
a
ahead and
re-
take Excel off of your resume right now.
Just all we need is a resume,
Excel
and,
skills.
a flash drive with your work.
Less
and
than
with your book.
intermediate.
Holla at me though. We
Like I don't want to put beginner.
Novice.
Not
novice.
quite intermediate.
All right,
Not
let's
quite.
let me scroll down here.
Let's get into it.
We'll start
All right,
looking at.
so we'll start towards the bottom. So there's obviously, if we're getting to a top
Now-
100, but there's
now we're here.
56, 55 people, 56 people
Yeah,
got
we
cut
can
off.
just kind of scroll through it. So out of the 156, I guess we'll just go through 101 to 156 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Start at the bottom.
All right, let's see what we got here. 101, which actually is 100.
Now let's go to the bottom.
Let's go to the very
It's,
bottom top.
it's 102.
102,
technically, row
yeah, yeah.
102.
Let me put a line in there so you understand. So you understand the science.
It's the science.
It's Microsoft Excel.
Mm-hmm.
There, the science is in.
I see the science. Shout out to the
Live.
science.
But we're gonna start at
Live
the bottom. So
Yeah.
start at the
So if I'm reading correctly, 156 technically
bottom. Yes.
is Be Legit.
Heartbreaking. Just a heartbreaking kickoff, knowing the pool of MCs that we had. I think I have
Not real.
There's
I mean,
some stark differences in where I ranked him. I think, but
let's see here. Yeah, you have him high.
Yeah, super high.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
6.8,
You got a
Um,
6.8.
indeed.
I had a 5.6.
Terry had a 5.2.
Yeah.
As did I. Yeah.
You.
And Jay Moore had a 5.4.
It's rough.
I mean,
I rated him high. I don't know if you want to like look at my rating for him, but it was I don't know. I think he's had a lot of influence. I think he's definitely had longevity. I know that that's not like a category or whatever, but that I don't know. Like nobody raps like Be Legit. It's a unique style. I think his voice is extremely dope. I think he's got one of the best rap voices in the game.
Yeah, I gave
But
him a
that's-
9 on voice.
yeah.
Or you did, actually.
That's probably
Yeah,
why
yeah.
I rated him high. But anyway, you can keep going, Mike.
All right. So,
Then he clocks in at a 5.64.
yeah.
Overall,
10.
Yeah.
So 155 would be Trina, 5.70.
It's all right, Jay Moore.
Hey,
That
you
was
know.
his pick.
It was all pretty even though, except for you. Of course, you oddly had the highest score for her. Yeah.
No, I mean like
At
I said, because I
6.1.
probably had her higher influence just because
She definitely influenced that strap
I see
out here.
all the
That's-
rappers that
yeah.
Jermaine Dupri is complaining about as
Strap rap.
basically her children.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I had
You know,
her-
and I don't draw that line back. You know, that's why I didn't say Kim or Foxy, because I feel like they're direct descendants of somebody
No,
else
her-
we left
her
off of the
kids-
list as
these
Roxanne
kids-
Shante.
Yeah, well, these kids belong to hoes with attitude.
Yeah,
be 100.
you know what? There will be no movie about HWA.
I gave her a 9 on influence. Just
Yeah.
everything
She
else.
definitely
was
had
low.
a high
Yeah.
influence. All right.
Alright.
So 154 would be 2 Chainz.
At 5.78.
That's surprising. I can't remember what I think I had him.
You had him at a 6.3, Jay
No,
Moore.
well, maybe that's not surprising.
Yeah, had
You
him
were
at
the
6.3.
highest.
You were the
Okay.
highest.
Jay Moore had him at 5.3.
It was a 5.3. I'm
You
sorry.
actually had him at a 6.3.
No, that's not right.
That's not right. I think Jay Moore had him at a 6.3,
Yep.
and I had him at a 5. Something.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's what I got. Is that right? What you got, Lone?
Yep. That's right. We're all looking at the same exact thing. I can
Right.
see your things
Apparently-
moving around on the screen.
apparently not.
Yeah, that's what I see.
I'm about to lock this sheet so nobody can change.
Yeah.
I fool with 2 Chainz, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. All right, so 153 is 𝐴𝐿 5.88.
Jay Moore had him pretty low. The
No, Gucci's
list.
154.
What's 153 because of the first row isn't a person.
He wasn't listening to that part, Spool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
𝐴𝐿, I had him the highest.
Yeah.
I had him the highest, yeah. 6.3, I believe.
I was at 6.2. Terry 6.1. It was Lone and
Jay Moore.
Jay Moore kind of pulled him down, but
Yep. He's right where he needs to be to me.
Dude is a
Alright.
legend. Dude's a legend.
I feel like
Fair
his
enough.
influence is high, but his consistency isn't there.
That's what I
So
I
he
can dig that.
clocked in at a 5.88.
Yeah.
So next,
152 is 50 Cent.
at a 5 point, let's do the numbers so we can compare the numbers. You know,
Yep.
like the 5.96, right?
mhm.
Yep, 5.96.
So
I mean, it's how close some of this.
Yeah,
things
these are real
comes out to,
close.
Whatever.
50 Cent.
I had 50 the highest out of all of us, I think. Yep.
All right, what's next number?
Tash of the Alcoholics,
Again.
6.0.
6.0 at number 151.
Yep.
Juvie
Juvie,
at
6.02.
150.
Wow.
At
But this was competitive, and like I said, these numbers
6.02.
6.02.
Yeah.
Next was Lord Finesse, 6.04.
4.6 from Jay Moore
Yeah.
rating. That's the lowest rating
Wow.
we've seen so far.
That's a big sway.
That's really low. Let me
Hold on,
check.
that seems- hold on, that
Yeah.
seems wrong.
That's a
Let me check and
big
make sure
swing.
you
Because
didn't
Lord
miss a
Finesse is
category.
somebody that I wanted on my list. I might.
You missed three numbers here.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
What would
That's
you
what
give
it
him
was.
for enjoyability?
7.
What would you give him for songwriting?
The
7.
polls are closed.
And
Man.
bar impact.
Probably give him a 7. Yeah.
Okay, so he jumps to a 6.7. So he jumps up. So we'll come back to him.
Okay.
All right. Who's next? Nori. Am I right? Yeah, Nori.
Yeah.
6.10 for Nori. Let's see. I think Jay Moore had Nori the highest, 6.4. Everything else was pretty similar across the board. Terry was the lowest. I ain't mad at you though, brother. Let's see.
It's
Cameron.
got a good podcast.
Facts. Well, he overtalked the guest, but I ain't gonna.
Yeah, that's not a
We
category.
ain't gonna do that.
That isn't a category.
Cameron 6.12. I have 0 problems with this.
Yeah. I think we were all pretty even on that too, on the Cameron too.
Yeah, that was pretty close.
I actually had the lowest score for Cameron.
Yep.
Like just slightly though.
Then we had 6.14 was Sirius Black.
Shout to Naptown.
Yeah.
Shout
Naptown.
to Sirius Black.
Not mad at that.
147th.
R.A. the Rugged Man 6.16.
It's a little low, personally, for me. But anyway,
Yeah.
I know it's close.
I think I had him the highest. It's almost 7. But yeah, he's
5.5 out of Maja 7 for R.A. the Rugged Man. Ouch.
Yep.
We haven't even seen the ouch yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's some
That's a
ouches coming
0.5.
out.
Yeah. All right. So, Be Real, Cypress Hill 6.18.
at 145. And then, pretty
Mike,
much as
again,
we're
another
as we're
lower.
going up, everything is like 0.02
Yeah, it's real
percentages.
close.
So it's
Yeah.
like everything's really close.
Which is 2 points. I mean, it's 620 points. It's 618 points at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's
That's what's up. Let's see.
And
Aha, Schoolie D 6.20.
There he
Fan
is.
favorite.
not last on the list. High in.
Look at the sway on that one though.
I have him as a 7.
Yeah.
5.3 for Maja 7th.
Yeah.
So I guess something that this is kind of pointing out is what we knew about that artist, right?
but not necessarily. I
It
mean,
depends on what bucket.
I mean,
Or what
Sean,
category.
you have him as
Yeah,
a
buckets,
6'4".
yeah.
Like
I mean, I listened to some. I'm 6'4". I mean, to me,
that makes sense. That's 7 might be a little high, but
You think?
he put a lot of music out, and you have to like kind of
and he was
I've
he,
listened to it.
he had a lot of influence, especially if you go back and listen
Super
to him.
influence.
So
Yes.
Yeah, I'll give him
So-
the influence.
Anyway,
Definitely.
next.
All right, Rock from Helter Skelter 6.21.
2.4.
2.4. I'm sorry, I was there. Sorry about that.
That's good.
That's cool.
We all seem pretty close on that one.
Yeah.
Guilty Simpson 6.26.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty close on that one. Jay Moore and I had the same score.
Davey 6.28.
Very close. Lone, the highest score was 6.8.
Will Smith 6.28. Glad Will Smith got some love. on
Tied.
this.
I had the lowest score on Will Smith.
You don't say.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm just talking.
Just talking.
At
This is heartbreaking.
139.
This is heartbreaking.
At
this one.
139, we have
8-Ball.
Oh, I
A-Ball
think
MJG.
A-Ball deserves to be higher. Terry and I both had him
6.30.
high. Yeah.
6.3.
Yeah.
Well, Jay Moore, me, and Mike all had him pretty much the same.
He did. That's what dragged him.
At about 6.
Yeah.
And so,
Let's see. 6.32. Keith Murray.
Hmm.
I like Keith Murray.
Or Maja 7th, you had him the highest.
Yeah, I like Keith Murray.
he was his right-in pick, too, so
Yeah.
that's kind of expected.
A whole point higher than Jay Moore.
Yeah, I fool with Keith Murray.
Tied with him, Chicago.
The homie Ad 2.
Shout to Chicago. Shout to Ad too.
Credible MC, man. That boy's bad.
No, I wasn't familiar with him. I got a chance to listen to him. I was like, okay.
Yeah, he nice.
Yeah, so that was actually a fun part of doing this, is reviewing some stuff.
Oh,
I
for
wasn't
sure,
super
man. That
familiar
was
with.
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, Ad's super nice. Slug of Atmosphere.
Sluggo.
Okay.
6.36.
Mike obviously doesn't know any atmosphere
Yeah,
music.
that was a 5. He's a full 2.6
Even
points.
5.
Below
That's
me.
below Sean, yeah, and 20 below me, or 2 rather.
Well,
6.36 AZ.
Yeah, I said,
There's people gonna be mad about that. AZ.
Yeah.
he's
I
tied with
fool
Slug.
AZ.
Is that
Yeah,
right?
him and Slug are tied. Well, there's actually a 5-way tie
Oh
here.
my goodness.
Oh my goodness! So we got AZ, rapper Big Pooh,
Danny Brown.
Danny Brown,
And Buckshot.
Buckshot.
Holy
Wow.
cow. That's an interesting
close.
5-way tie.
They're
Let's
all
see.
good in their own right.
They are.
So I mean,
I mean, only reason me personally I can't rank AZ high like that is he hasn't had a whole lot of material for me to dive into.
yeah.
That's the
Like,
only
it's-
thing. Yeah,
it's
I
pretty
agree
much
with that.
just
though.
all off nostalgia.
Yeah,
you know what
I
I'm
agree
saying?
with that. I agree with that. A is nice though.
Yeah,
He nice.
He's nice.
Asiatic is that's an incredible album. All right, Dougie Fresh.
At 131
6.38.
with a tie.
Yeah, he tied with Grand Poobah. All right,
That's interesting, man.
6.38.
Dougie's somebody I had to go back and listen to,
Yeah.
and and the Get Fresh crew and all that stuff, and so Grand Poobah was too. I had it had been a minute since
Yeah.
I
I
had listened
actually
to.
kind
it.
of like that they're tied. I don't know. It's interesting in its own way.
So Lil Fame, MOP 6.40, and he's actually tied with Diamond D. And who else?
Oh, actually, I was incorrect.
Did we
on the
skip?
last one? No, Grand Poobah was. Oh wait,
Oh, you was right.
You was
yeah, I was
yeah.
right. Never mind.
So we got Lil Fame, Diamond D,
Together.
and ODB actually.
Yeah.
ODB,
6.40.
who clearly ends up being lower than Ludacris.
That's
Yes.
ludicrous, huh?
Ouch.
Yeah.
We were pretty consistent on that, actually,
Yeah.
all of us, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, Brad was a little high, but
Yeah.
not much.
Not that bad, yeah.
Diamond D. Let's see. Little Fame. Yeah, we were all pretty close. Except Little Fame,
One, two,
pretty low for Terry. 5.8.
Huh.
Tech 9. Next.
Tech 9 and Joey Badass
And MJG.
and Ice-T all tied at
Interesting.
6.42. I expected Tech 9 to be a little higher.
I did not expect MJG to be higher than 8 Ball
That's interesting, isn't it?
at all.
Yeah, he's lower on mine.
He's lower on mine as well.
Jay Moore, I
That's
think
a good That's a good
that's-
point. I didn't think about that.
that's wild to me.
Well,
I mean, but
sweet.
I mean, MJG's dope. I like MJG a lot. I just didn't think that would happen. But
I mean, honestly, if you had just a poll between those two,
Yeah,
it may kind of just go back and forth
sure.
I think it
because a lot of people like the way MJG kind of enunciates things. And
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
They're always awesome together. That's the
Yeah.
that's the point, right? So,
I'm not mad at. Let's see.
or emphasizes things, I should say.
Jeezy.
well, we skipped Ice-T.
No,
No,
we
we
talked
talked
that
about
was
it.
tied. Ice-T.
What do you guys think of Ice-T at 123?
His influence is so
His
high.
influence is the high part for me.
So
I'm not
for
a
me
fan
too.
of him.
Jay Moore
Personally-
at a 6.9 with the highest rating.
Yeah.
He just put out a new song recently, too, in like the last couple months.
Mhm.
Spit on
Which
that
was actually
mug,
pretty
too.
good.
Yeah,
Is he?
yeah, he was. From what I heard,
All right.
it was cool.
I drop him because of delivery. His delivery's kind of rough to me still.
Yeah.
But
You don't know me. Cool.
All right, so we got Jeezy at 6.44. He's tied with who's that? Exhibit
X to the Z.
X to the Z. Okay,
That's interesting.
That is interesting.
So,
It's gotta
with
be
Jeezy,
influence.
Mike and I kind of
Were we
had him
similar?
lower than you guys.
Oh, we were a little bit lower.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exhibit.
I had
I had
Exhibit was real
Jay
close.
Moore and I had the
Y'all
same
had
score
Exhibit
as
higher
well as
than Young
Lone.
Jeezy.
3 of us had the same score for Exhibit.
Yep.
Terry
Terry was
brought
low on
Exhibit
Exhibit.
down, yeah.
Yep. Oh, this is crazy. Here's another
Multi.
4-way tie. So you got Laura Finesse, you got Fab, you got Copyright, and you got Quick, DJ Quick. All of those are 6.46.
Couldn't find 4 more different
Man,
artists.
that's
right?
crazy.
Yeah. I had Copy pretty high.
I had Fabulous pretty low.
You ain't
Fab
heard the
is
soul
dope.
tapes.
The soul tapes are crazy. Let's see. So it hops up to 6.48 with Crooked Eye, and then Short Dog, Too Short, and then who else? LP,
Yep.
and Gambino. 6.4.
Another interesting 4-way. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. It's
Man.
weird to look at these numbers after we all went through.
Mike had him at LP at 5.5. Me and Jay Moore
Wow.
had him at 7.2 and 7.3.
I had him at 6.2. Terry and I had him tied.
Yeah. So it's interesting like that.
The balance.
Let's see.
Waving your hands all erratic.
There's a gnat that keeps flying through here. It's driving me crazy.
6.51 MCA. He's alone there. Let's see. Freeway,
This is
6.52.
111.
Tied with Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Freeway and Rick Ross
Interesting.
tied. Let's talk
Wow,
about
that's
that. I actually think that's
How does that work out?
as much as I have not.
That's
Voice.
interesting.
It's beat
know,
selection,
like,
man.
I've
It's got to be
yeah.
beat selection.
Like voiced my
crazy,
happiness with Rick Ross, on
Yeah.
this podcast. But I think that's a good. I think it's good, man.
I think Freeway is nicer than Rick Ross. I think
It's
Rick
just
Ross
that
beat selection got
coincidence
him
that
up
they're
there.
together like
Yeah.
that.
I
see
had
what-
them tied at 6.5. Like that's really even when you look at those two. That's wild.
Man, that's crazy. Let's see. 6.54
Multi-tie.
goes up to Jean Grey, goes up to Logic, MC8,
Which is spelled
Which
wrong.
needs the G off of it. Yeah.
𝐀𝐄𝐃𝐒, I believe. Yeah. I
Logic
think-
is not better than Freeway or Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Well,
Just saying.
That's not what the list says.
I would tend to agree. Let's see if did our here go down.
interesting
Is that
enough,
what
Terry.
did we say
interesting
that?
enough, you have him rated higher.
That's
I
crazy.
was gonna say, did I do that? Did I do that as well?
No, actually, I have them rated the same. Rick Ross and Logic at 6.6. Freeway, I do
Actually,
have
I'm
That's
Logic
what
higher. No, I don't. 6, 7. Yeah, I do.
Where we
Damn.
stop at 6? Okay, I see you, Long.
Yeah.
So it would be Joe Button,
So, 104 is Joe Budden. He did not make a top 100.
6.56.
Tied with, actually, it's a multi-tie all the way up to
Joey Tretch, Mick Jenkins,
And Murs.
Murs.
So that rounds off, that's 101.
That's where it stops.
Yeah.
Huh.
Top
Right.
100.
Top 100.
So
Anything
Man.
to say about those that didn't make the top 100?
Some credible names. A lot of credible names, actually.
I mean,
It's
everybody
just
on the list is credible.
not necessarily.
But damn,
I
Yeah,
would
we're
hope
gonna-
so.
We're gonna find
No,
out in
This
future
is a voting
episodes,
system,
yeah.
brother.
It is.
If you get outvoted.
But I'm saying, as far as the whole list,
As a whole,
cohesively,
okay.
it's a credible list, I would say.
That's
Minus some.
Yeah,
I need that. That's fair. Noise. Right
that's
there.
fine.
Don't do that.
That's fair.
Not bad, man. Not bad. It's gonna get interesting.
I was surprised how low certain people
down the
were.
road.
Yeah. But
Shout out to Meek Mill.
Yeah,
still
shout out to
is-
me.
There's a lot of
Devin the dude.
Yeah. Devin the dude. Shout out to Devin the dude for
yeah,
sure.
like there are
Good
people
call.
we forgot, but there are people who are
It's just
didn't make
hard,
that top
man.
100. But the thing is, when you look at it,
Maybe they wouldn't.
somebody gives a 7 or 8 instead of a 7, and that gets them in the top 100. That's how
Yeah.
close
Yeah.
this is.
For sure.
I didn't realize there would be this many, 4 or 5 tie. Like how close we're with the ties.
Mhm.
That's crazy, man. This is gonna get very interesting as we.
I'm curious for people to see the tops, too.
I know, right?
So
It's
Yeah,
interesting.
The scores is. There's some robbery. There's some robbery in here, but it's
Highway
fair. There's some
robbery.
highway robbery coming
I
up.
agree.
It's some robbery coming up towards that top. I can't wait till we get up there, man,
Man,
because
it's-
it's some straight foolishness
gets
going
silly.
on. This is fun, man. I'm excited for us to continue to chop this list down. Did we miss anything before we get out of here? Anybody got
No, I don't think so.
man.
anything they want
No,
to say?
man.
No.
Shit,
No.
no, man.
Go ahead, Lo.
No, that's ignorant.
All right, man. Let me see. I don't want to save anything.
Yeah.
Fred August mess around, delete the whole thing.
There's some fucking robbery.
It ain't even got bad. To me, it ain't got bads yet. Like
Nah, it ain't
Robbery.
that bad.
And
Nah,
it
we-
happens-
Robberer. Shout out to Curtis Snow. It is a lot of robberer going on towards the
Robbery.
top, man.
Yeah,
Keelan.
I think
Keelan.
episode
robber.
145
Robber.
episode 145 is going to start the hate. The hate's going to come out.
Yeah.
Interesting that it's episode 145.
Mm-hmm.
Who do we hate this 145? I mean, that's 45.
I see
Oh,
what you did there.
There is 145 that we are not.
We might have to just
fond
go
of.
in from the jump on the next episode.
Hey,
Just get right to it because the conversations are going to start to expand as we get
Yeah.
higher. You know what I'm saying? So it might be all list next week. We
make
get it
America
over
rap
with.
again.
I
Or it
think-
might only be 20.
Or
Who
it
knows?
might be 20
Yeah.
based off the conversation.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So Oh man, I'm
I'm
excited.
about to go redo my vote.
Yeah. No, I think it was good, man. I mean, I think this, at least the system that we picked, we all agreed upon, and it was fair, as fair as we could try to make it.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? And I don't know.
Come on, man.
It's interesting, the results. So good.
It is.
All right.
All right, so that's going to do it for this episode. We appreciate all the support as always. Make sure you rock with us for the Bringing Down the Band YouTube page. Subscribe and hit that bell for the notifications. Also, go to our Patreon /NewOldHeads. Got some fun things going on there. For the entire crew, I am Major 7th, and we will see you next week. Peace.